What's going on, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Whatnauts, a pop culture variety podcast all about the media we love and a whole lot more. My name's Kyle Springer, and I am joined by Melissa Wilkinson. Melissa, what's up? How's your couple weeks been?
Good. Lots of movies, lots of work. I foretold this last year.
Okay.
I have started watching a lot of YouTube videos about guys who make their own aquariums.
Sure. Have you bought a fish?
No. I don't even know their names. I don't know what fish I would get besides gold.
Oh, you can get like a little sucker fish, a little beta fish or something. I don't know. Right.
This is what I watch to calm down at the end of the night and go to bed, is just a guy calmly building an aquarium. It's the first step, the first toe in the water to my sure to come midlife crisis where I become like a fish and reptile person.
Great stuff. Love it. What was I was just watching something, and someone was being accused of being a reptile. Now I don't remember what it was. Like, you're a reptile person. Let's see if I can. I mean, I think we're actually gonna spend a lot of time talking about what we've been watching recently. But I like, this is gonna bother me now that I don't remember what this was. It's not For All Mankind. No, not The Boys. It wasn't Widow's Bay. I don't know. I don't
this
remember.
Is just out in life.
This is gonna bother me. Yeah, who knows? This
somebody accused Luigi of being a reptile. That's where you know it from.
No, he's a plumber. What are you talking about? Melissa, I baked a cake this week.
Wow.
Yeah.
What flavor?
It was a yellow cake with chocolate icing.
Good.
I was just kind of craving one, so I was like, I'm just gonna get the stuff to bake a cake here at home. So
what'd you do?
Put down one layer, iced it, put the second one on top, iced everything around it.
That's how you do it.
We have a little like cake holder stand thing, so it won't, spoil and get all, not, I was about to say soggy, but that's not what it is.
It can become soggy if you over soak it. Did you do a Betty Crocker, Duncan Hines, Pillsbury?
I think it was
King
like
Arthur?
a generic Walmart, whatever. I just got the cheap stuff. I was like, I don't just build
great value.
Yeah. Exactly. Great value.
Can't deny it. Well, good for you. That sounds fun.
Yeah, it was good. It felt nice to just be like, you know what? I'm baking a cake. And then I did.
love
it's just
cake.
Like, I'm done.
I love cake, but I take it so seriously. It's like, this is an investment. I do it for like birthdays and holidays. Nobody has requested one. And it's such an immense thing. Like, I can't make it for just like, oh, it's me and my mom and my dad and my brother. Like, I have to have like 10 people to eat this thing.
Yeah. I have a quick question then, using your cake expertise. So,
yes,
what I figured, a more professional person, or just an avid baker who actually knows what they're doing. The cake that I made had like a bit of a curve to the top. Don't they cut the top so it's even and flat a little bit, or is there some secret to make it more even?
Yes, to both. A, you can cut it. 2, you can stop it from ever forming. You can use cake strips. They are these fabric, like little fabric belts that you soak in water. You get them fully saturated. Then you wring them out and you wrap those around the edge of the cake pan. And the water and the coolness there in that little fabric belt sort of equalizes the temperature around the pan. And it bakes a little bit more slowly and more evenly. It's the high fast, hot, sudden baking that makes it puff up and get that little dome that you have to cut off. If you do a cake strip, the dome never appears.
Fascinating. You learn something new every day.
Right. I'll send you. I learned this from Preppy Kitchen. I'll send you his video. It's never steered me wrong.
Interesting. I thought about like, how fancy do I want to get with this? Do I cut it off and make it a little flatter and even, or do I just say, you know what, screw it? I'm not a professional baker. I'm just gonna devour it once I'm done. I'm here for the chocolate.
Right. It tastes better with the hump.
Right. Yeah. We are pro hump here at this podcast.
Pro hump, pro bump.
Exactly. So that was fun. That's been something that I did this week that I thought was fun, worth talking about, or at least mentioning.
Absolutely. I'm happy you took some time for yourself and made a cake. That's so whimsical.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to be like, you know what? I'm just gonna make something new, or make cookies from scratch, or do something. Just do something fun.
I had a panna cotta today, and I'm like, I've never even thought about trying to make my own panna cotta.
There you go.
Is it hard? I should try.
Who knows? Find out next time on The Whatnauts. Melissa, I think we have a lot to talk about here in our cinema corner, so I'm going to bring that up now. I think it's also going to be like major bingo night for us, Whatnauts Bingo, as I was kind of hoping it would be. I'm going to pull up our notes here. So we both went to go see I Love Boosters. Melissa, you also not rewatch, but went back to watch Sorry to Bother You.
Right. They were playing it at my local Alamo like 2 days before I Love Boosters came out. I hadn't seen it yet, so perfect week.
Yeah. I know you already knew what the twist was for Sorry to Bother You, but what did you think of Sorry to Bother You?
I had a really great time. Like, there's so many surprises in it. So many funny little appearances and like great visual details. It looks and sounds great. You have the soulful eyes of Lakeith Stanfield just holding every frame. It's a great place to be. And I felt very well primed for I Love Boosters, a movie that is probably, I think they're both equally weird. I Love Boosters is a little bit more scattershot. It's doing a lot more things at once, and it makes Sorry to Bother You look like straightforward in comparison.
Sorry to Bother You is almost, it's only weird once you get to the twist. It's still kind of strange, but like in hindsight, especially compared to this, it's like, oh yeah, there was that twist where it got weird. It's like, well, the whole thing was kind of weird, but you just don't remember it as such, you know? But yeah, I've only ever seen Sorry to Bother You once. That was back when I still had Movie Pass, when that was still a thing. And I just went on a whim. I was like, I like this Lakeith Stanfield guy. I'll go check out something he's in.
We all do.
And did not know what I was in for with Sorry to Bother You. I walked out of that being like, holy shit, I loved it. It was incredible.
Yeah.
That was the most Kafka-esque thing that I had ever seen. And yeah, so when I heard about I Love Boosters, I was like, oh, I'm sold already. I am in for a visual treat. And that's exactly what this was. There's so much happening all the time on screen. This is like equal parts Willy Wonka, Robot Chicken, Dr. Seuss, Fantastic Mr. Fox, and like all like thrown into a blender to just make something wholly unique.
Right. And it goes like deep into like metaphysical theory. It does all of it. Yeah.
And it's a weird movie, but I loved it because it's just like we're probably not going to get something as unique as that for the rest of the year.
No, Well, I don't know. Did you see the trailer for Teenage Sex and Death at Camp Miasma?
I think I did. That also looks strange. So yeah,
I mean,
who knows?
This
but like,
was a one-of-a-kind movie. I'm just letting
for
you
sure.
know, there's
Yeah.
other
Yeah.
we're not done with weird for the year. There's more weird to come in different flavors and formats.
Yeah. But I went home. I immediately posted about it online, and Boots himself liked it and reposted it.
How gracious.
And stuff
Thank
like
you,
that.
Boots.
Yeah. So thanks, Boots. But
one like equals one Boots.
I think it's a crazy hectic movie that I think in a weird way is almost the antithesis of Sorry to Bother You, where it's so weird from the get-go and then kind of ends up being like, oh, okay, so I see, like, it's not a twist at the end, but it's like, and here's the moral of the story, and here's the meaning behind it all, right? And it just kind of becomes that much more normal as a result.
Sure, yeah.
Where it's like, Sorry to Bother You is the opposite, like kind of normal and then really weird. So I had a good time with that, for sure. Was not expecting half of the stuff I saw in there.
It's fun to be surprised. We also both went to see The Mandalorian and Grogu. What were your findings on that?
I was not expecting you to go and say that one. I enjoyed it. I had a decent time. I don't think it's like next big hit or anything like that.
I agree. Decent.
Yeah, it was good.
I watched, I think, the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian, and mostly I was on Bumble while I did it. So I don't remember a lot. I remember Amy Sedaris and like the little Nick Nolte guy. Maybe there's like a snake or something. I saw this because they're covering it on Blank Check. So me and my fellow Blank Check acolytes all had to go see it for context.
There you go.
And I had just like kind of a tap water time. No red flags, no green flags. I did love that when there's Rada the Hutt has that like Hutt aunt and uncle who like want to destroy him so they can take over the Hutt empire. I love that Hutt woman just gets to be topless.
Sure. Yeah. Heck yeah.
I think that's cool.
So
nobody questioned that. Nobody made her wear a gold bikini.
I think you had more context for this movie than you realized. We also watched Star Wars Rebels for the Whatnauts review show on episode 16. Like
we did.
Yeah. So you know who Zeb was. They're like pilot.
It's not important, but did see him, and I did see him and say, I've seen that guy before. His name is Zeb. And I think that is truly all you need to know.
Yeah. I think if you've not seen the Mandalorian show, if you haven't seen Clone Wars where Rada the Hutt first showed up, or Rebels where Zeb is introduced, or the other bounty hunter that had the dog. He's not even named in this movie. His name is Enbo. He's voiced by Dave Filoni in Clone Wars, the cartoon.
That's why he has a hat.
Yeah, and we got to see Dave Filoni at the Rebel bar in his cowboy hat there. We're just like, that's good old Dave. Yeah, so you had a little bit more context than I think you realized.
Recognized Purple Man, passed with flying colors, aced the pop quiz.
Indeed, the fascinating thing to me about this movie was Rada the Hutt. He does make an appearance in Clone Wars when he is a baby, like baby slug, helpless,
just
can't
chunk.
speak. Yeah, he gets kidnapped and Jabba the Hutt hires the Jedi to, or I think he blames it on the Jedi at first, but it's Anakin and Ahsoka who have to like go get him and bring him back and be like, it wasn't us. See, we saved him, you know, all of this. And I think Ahsoka ends up calling him like Booger Ball as like the nickname because they don't know his name there. They're just like this random Hutt baby, and they're like, what do we do with this? Like, I guess we have to return him to Jabba. So when I heard that Rada was going to be in this and that he's being played by Jeremy Allen White, and this is Jabba's kid, I was like, I know that guy. That you mean Booger Ball? He's gonna be Booger Ball. And then you see him in like the Gladiator Stadium in the trailer and stuff like that, and I'm just like, I don't know how I'm gonna feel about this. I loved him. Rada was great in this movie.
I loved his physicality. I loved, because Jabba doesn't move. He's a very stationary character. That's the only Hutt I know besides Pizza the, and he's also a stationary character.
Yeah.
So to see Rada like just do these power rolls and flops around, I did like that part of it very much. Just Hutt movements.
Yeah. That is, I think, the most we've seen a Hutt move. We've seen some move in the cartoons, but not like action fighting, just like I'm walking from one side of the screen to the other.
Right.
So that was neat. I think his story is fantastic. He's like, I don't want to be like my father. I want my own life. You just want to dance, Dad?
I just want to dance. Kyle, did you ever shout that at your own father?
No.
Can you still? What's stopping you? For Father's Day, call him up, remind him, I just want to dance, Dad.
This is the new Brave Boy Challenge. Be a brave boy and yell at your father. I just want to dance.
I just want to dance. On Blank Check, they described how the Mandalorian, the show, and his relationship with Grogu, a classic lone wolf and cub. And how this movie adds Rada the Hutt almost as like the third character in this group. And they're like, now it is lone wolf and cub and bub.
Yeah.
Just like a bub.
Yeah,
I
like him. So.
Now that Jabba the Hutt has a hot son, that in the new Spaceballs movie, Pizza the Hutt is going to have a hot son. Are we going to meet like Pizzone the Hutt?
Pizzone
the Hutt.
Yeah.
They will also force you to remember the Pizzone.
Pizza Roll the Hutt, and he's just small.
No, I love Pizza Roll the Hutt.
That would be great.
Bagel Bite the Hutt, his slightly older brother. French Bread the Hutt.
Hot Pocket the Hutt.
Mel Brooks, don't let us down.
Yeah. Yeah, I had a good time. I think some of the monsters were surprisingly scary in here. I liked them, but I know the Mandalorian and Grogu is certainly attracting a lot of like families and younger kids and stuff. Some of those monsters were kind of scary.
Kids need scary monsters.
They do. But yeah, just maybe know that going in case your kid can't handle it.
Right. You know your own kid. I don't know any children. Do you know how salt says when you get like the top of salt? The salt says like kosher salt, like sea salt, whatever, not like table salt. It says this salt does not supply iodine, and a necessary ingredient, a necessary mineral. I feel like movie posters should say like, this movie provides scary monsters, a necessary ingredient for a childhood. Like it's like your kid gets like a vitamin B12 shot. It's like your kid's got to have like a werewolf shot, a vampire shot. Like It's good for his immune system. He's got to have it.
Ooh, that could be a great episode of the podcast, the food pyramid of movies.
Oh, yeah. I like that. Like, what is like the rice of movies? And what is the like butter of movies?
What is the butter of movies?
What do you think it is, though? Megalopolis? Like a thing you only get every once in a while as a treat?
It would be tropes and stuff you would have to do, not specific movies, right? It'd be like, okay, you have to have like the lone wolf and cub. That's like meat and potatoes,
right?
Kind of stuff,
right?
Whereas like the Megalopolis might be more the sweets. The like, not everyone can handle this. You don't want too much. You know, maybe once in a while, teeth. But like, yeah,
meat. I like the tropes as foods so that meat cutes are meats.
Right, yeah. That's good. That's fun.
Okay.
Yeah, good time with the Mandalorian and Grogu.
Speaking of getting scared, Kyle, I saw Backrooms. Will you?
I was planning on it this weekend, and then my cat had the stuff, so I didn't get to go opening weekend. So hopefully this next weekend coming up.
Kyle, that's okay, because
how scary is it?
It's not scary. It is unnerving in like a very specific way, because it's just a flavor of horror you don't get in movies. Like seeing this, it's such a viral, like YouTube driven internet thing. You're used to seeing it on like phone sized, laptop sized, TV screen sized. Bring up the YouTube on your TV. You're not used to seeing it like 50 feet wide. No, that is a new dimension.
Did you go see this in 4DX? I think this would be one of, if not the only movies that would be great in 4DX.
I did not. I'd like to see it again.
Theaters with the like screens on the side. That'd be fascinating.
Yeah, I don't know if they are playing this in Screen X. Wow. Are they playing Backrooms in Screen X? They should.
That would be kind of wild.
Dang,
to really feel enveloped in the room there.
I really want this to inspire like Backrooms haunted houses that don't. I go to I love a haunted house, but there's like a guy who jumps out and he has like a knife and he's a clown and whatever, and it's not scary. Put me in just a big room with like a weird pillar and a half wall, and you're like, what's that there for? I want to be quietly unnerved over the course of like an hour or two. I really need more haunted houses that do that.
This office building was abandoned when COVID hit, and now you can see that.
Right. I would love that. Please. It's so light on production value. You don't spend any money on fake blood or clown wigs or plastic machetes.
I was like, you know what? I've been interested in the Backrooms. It looks good. I didn't know how scary it was going to be, but I had like made up my mind. I was like, you know what? Screw it.
Brave boy.
I'm gonna go. Yeah. And I just did not get to because my cat had a rough weekend.
Rough is what dogs say. Your cat had a meow weekend.
He had a sad meow weekend.
Oh no, poor baby.
Yeah.
You're gonna love the typography in Backrooms.
Heck yeah. Good stuff.
It's not one of the top 10 things people are saying about this movie, but I want you to know, great typography. Very impressive all around. Cool. Between Kane Parsons and Kimmy Antonelli, our new rulers of the earth are 19 and 20-year-old boys. Yeah. They are our masters. They are our betters.
Heck yeah. Do you want to talk about some more of the things you have seen without me, or should we go on to For All Mankind?
I saw 2 other movies in the theater recently. I'd like to recap briefly. I saw Martin Scorsese's Cape Fear. They played this at the High Point, an old one of the older movie theaters in the city, very retro. This was the perfect movie to see in a retro theater. This is Wet and Wild, Down and Dirty.
Okay. Now,
do you know what this?
No, I don't really know what this is. I know as I've been watching Widow's Bay, I've been seeing advertisements for Cape Fear. Right. I think
Did not know about
TV adaptation of it, or is it the same thing? It's not the same movie you watched.
Sort of. So the plot of Cape Fear is that Nick Nolte is a lawyer, and once 10, 15 years ago, he was he was like the lawyer assigned to defend creepy criminal Robert De Niro. And Nick Nolte learned about a piece of evidence. This is not the one I've been
advertised on Apple. They must be making their own new thing.
I'm getting to that. Hold on. So Nick Nolte had a piece of evidence he could have used to better defend Robert De Niro, but he's like, this guy is a scumbag. I think what he did is despicable. I'm defending him because, that's my job. I'm legally required to do so. But if I can kind of look the other way and guarantee that this guy goes to jail for a long time, I'm going to do that.
Yeah.
And then it's years later, Robert De Niro has reached the end of his sentence. He's been released from jail. He comes out smooth and greasy, and he decides he has learned about this, and he's going to take revenge on Nick Nolte and his family. It's a big, hammy, fake Southern accent movie, which we don't have anymore. We've got Benoit Blanc, but it's not the same. Yeah. It's not the same. And if you watched Cape Fear or The Devil's Advocate, two of my new favorite films, you would understand what I'm talking about. It's wet, it's mud, it's grease, it's sweat, it's big grody. It's a very extreme, very big bombastic performance. I had a great time. This new Cape Fear show that is on Apple TV Plus, it seems like, so that's Javier Bardem as the Robert De Niro, which is going to be great. I thoroughly look forward to that. And then the Nick Nolte, like the couple, instead of being Nick Nolte and Jessica Lange, and Jessica Lange is just like also there. She doesn't get nothing to do, but she's not very involved in things. Mm-hmm. With this one, it's Patrick Wilson and it's Amy Adams, and it's very Amy Adams forward. So whatever it is, like either she did it and her husband's along for the ride, or it's something they did together, but mostly it was her. I like Amy Adams, but also I like Patrick Wilson. And I'm like, where's all my Patrick Wilson in this?
Yeah.
I might watch it eventually for comparison's sake. I feel like it's going to come up. I like Cape Fear, a great summertime movie. Also, Kyle, we're going to go full circle here. Get ready.
All right.
I've told you about Mr. Burns, a post-electric play, right?
Maybe.
This is a play that takes place in a world after a nuclear apocalypse where there's some electromagnetic pulse and it wipes out all of the electricity, all of power. It's basically outside of the dome in paradise out there.
Okay.
And the first act of the play is these survivors that gather around a campfire, and they're like, oh, I'm from this town. I'm looking for this person. Have you heard of this person's okay? Do you have any supplies? Do you have batteries? Do you have food? And as they sit around the campfire and like kind of familiarize themselves with each other and kind of relax, they start talking about The Simpsons. And because there's no electricity, they cannot watch The Simpsons. So together they just try to remember an episode of The Simpsons.
Okay.
And then the second act of the play is a few years after that. There's still no power. And now there's a group of survivors that travel the country as a theater troupe performing episodes of The Simpsons. So you can see them again. Great. And they will barter supplies for knowledge because they can't look any of this up. They're like, we forgot what the joke is that Chief Wiggum says. If you remember this joke, we will trade you a can of Coca-Cola, a priceless treasure. And then the third act of the play is like decades, like a century plus years in the future, where the story of their nuclear downfall of this society and the story of The Simpsons have kind of morphed together. And now The Simpsons is their like origin myth, and The Simpsons is their religion.
Because Homer's the one, he works at the nuclear power plant. And right? Yeah. Okay.
But all of this is about one particular episode of The Simpsons, which is a parody of Cape Fear, where it's Sideshow Bob in the Robert De Niro role. Do you know who is said to be directing a film adaptation of Mr. Burns, a post-electric play?
Matt
Boots
Grading.
Riley.
Oh, Boots Riley. Yeah.
Right. It all comes together.
Wild. Yeah.
I'm very excited for that. I really hope to hear more about that soon.
Interesting. Reminds me of Station 11.
Yes. Yes. So if you ever have the opportunity to see Mr. Burns, please do. Okay. It's one of the most mind-blowing theatrical experiences I've ever had. And I saw it at a high school. Cool. The high school in Springfield, Missouri did it. And I think like they got special license from the playwright because they were in a Springfield.
Right. Yeah.
And like this blew my mind when it was high school kids. So like when at any other level you see it, it's definitely worth it.
Cool.
But to get that play, you need to know the Cape Fear episode of The Simpsons. And now that I've seen the Cape Fear movie, it better informs my knowledge of that episode of The Simpsons that informs the play, that'll inform the movie. It's a big circle, spins round and round.
Amazing.
I also saw Noah Baumbach and Greta Gerwig's Frances Ha.
Okay. I'm not familiar with this one.
It's like a little indie movie from 2012. I think you'd really like it because she's a dancer. She just wants to dance, Dad.
I just want to dance.
I really like it. I've talked about how my favorite genre of movies is a man makes bad decisions.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And I always say it exactly like that because I haven't seen a female version of that movie until now. Frances makes so many terrible, spur of the moment, instinctual bad choices. Oof. This is a comedy. This is a very like silly, like low stakes comedy. This is like Marty Supreme, but if it was about a girl who was on Tumblr.
Wonderful. Okay.
Not literally, but figuratively. You can see how off screen she probably had a Tumblr.
Yeah.
Yes. It's that type of movie, but I've never seen it with just like some dumb innocent woman at the center of it. Like she goes to a dinner party. She has no place to live. So she's living with a roommate. She loves her roommate. Then her roommate's like, there's another part of New York City I've always wanted to live in. It's my dream apartment. This other friend of ours asked me to move in with her. I love you, but I'm moving in with her because I love that apartment. I love that neighborhood. And then Frances Ha is just like couch surfing. And she's in between places and she doesn't have a job and she's at a dinner party and somebody talks about going to Paris and she's like, you know what? I'm going to Paris. And then she gets a credit card, just flies to Paris and has like no idea what to even do with herself while she's there. And she just wanders around and she goes to the movie theater and she's like, has Puss in Boots already started?
What?
It's just bad choices all around. I really love it. Please watch Frances Ha.
Yeah. Is it For All Mankind time?
Yes.
For All Mankind and It Up. So you started watching this before me as it was coming out.
Yes.
I binged it all within the past week or this most recent season 5. So... yeah. What'd you think?
I continue to be impressed with this show. I like that it takes its premise and every time it's like, what can we do to push this further? And in the earlier seasons, it was a lot more like grand space adventure, like more sci-fi. And now it's gotten to a more like speculative societal dynamics phase, where it's about like the people and how the people who like live on Mars like establish a society and a government and a culture and negotiate with other cultures. And it's a lot more political this season, but I like that it
Yeah.
has the space to get to do stuff like that. And it's still very good at knowing its own history. It'll take like tiny incidental characters from like 2 or 3 seasons ago, and you meet a new character, a brand new character in this season. You're like, who's this? How do they relate? Oh my God, that's her. She's back. This is the character we last left when they were 3.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I'm of two minds with this. On one hand, what was on screen, I liked it. I liked it a lot. This is my kind of stuff that I like. I do think season 4 and season 5 feel very, very different from the first 3 seasons. The first 3 seasons felt very much about the mission of like, we are going to the moon. We need to find the best pilot. We need to find the right pilot. We need to make sure all our math is correct. And so on and so forth. But all of the relationships then spun out of that problem or that mission that they were focusing on. Hey, I need to make sure my math is correct. So I need to speak with you, and like we will become friends and have a relationship dynamic on screen. And that's what the show was. And then we get all the way to season 3 into season 4, where they've established a base on Mars, and it very quickly changes the kind of show it's about. It's no longer about the mission. It's about the like interplanetary politics, which sign me up. I will 1000% watch that show, but it didn't feel like For All Mankind to me.
I understand your thinking, and I also kind of I do miss the sci-fi space adventure. We're taking something that was a little bit close to actual history and just advancing it, kind of blowing it up, seeing what we can make out of it. And once you get to Mars, you're also like, just with the visual aesthetics of the show, you're locked into these sort of like gray bunkers. It's just not as like visually exciting to look at. I agree. There's stuff in the earlier seasons I liked much better, but I'm still enjoying the ride.
That was something I was disappointed with for season 5, is that I was hoping with the the next 10-year jump that we would get something that didn't look as prefab as the rest of the base. I went like, did you build like a city center that like actually is some bigger open space? But no, it's just these, small hallways, same set. And yeah, I think if this season had a lot of this, because season 5 ended up kind of being this story about immigration. It's basically a metaphor for what's happening here in the United States with ICE and immigration. So yeah, great story. But if that was happening kind of in the background as the main story was this mission to Titan to find life, that would have, to me, been like, that feels more authentic to what For All Mankind is. And it was kind of by the end of this, like, I do think that like last 2 or 3 episodes really picked up and were fantastic. Whereas like kind of in the middle there, it was more so focusing on the politics of stuff. And I was just like, I like this, but it's not For All Mankind. But then you also started this with a murder mystery, and you've kind of dropped that. And like, I was about that as well, but also maybe not. I also For All Mankind.
Like the murder mystery better than the war.
It feels like they took 3 ideas and mashed them into one season, and it was like, ooh, I don't know if that's really what I wanted out of this. But
I think we'd heard that they'd
Please
they'd originally
continue.
planned it for like 7 seasons, and they were just confirmed to get a 6th and final season. Maybe they could see that was coming and like took some arcs and did like squish them together into
Yeah.
one season, whereas they might not have otherwise. But
Yeah.
the
I liked where
show
it ended up, though.
is in 2012, and I like that they are on their own timeline. They do all the work to establish this is what's in our timeline, this is what's happening here, but then they will pick these moments to remind you we do have some things in common with the Earth that you know. And there's one scene and I feel like they play their hand very well, where it's mostly like a very competent drama, and they're like, we're gonna get silly for like, we're gonna spend all of our serious points to buy one silly scene.
Yeah.
And there is a scene where there is a very 2012 twist. And I won't say more about it, but it's such a riot, and then it then becomes like it's a real emotional roller coaster set to like one of the biggest pop hits of 2012.
Right, yeah. And they do like they do like a little flash mob thing, which is also of that time.
Yes.
Which is great.
Like you're building to a climax made out of things that you know that are in the show, and the show's like, but don't forget, it's 2012. Here's a 2012 thing that's going to happen.
I loved their iPhones. They're like super thick iPhone 3s or whatever they are. Yeah. God, that was fantastic. But yeah, I also think like earlier on in the season, a lot of their CGI looked really bad. It looked very green screen. It felt like this season was a lower budget. But then I feel like by the end, those last like 2 or 3 episodes looked fantastic. We got some great stuff there.
Every season ends with a wonderful like digital space shot taking you somewhere else, and they always pick a very good song of the time to pair with that as well. They don't do a lot of needle drops, but when they do them, I think they're very skilled at them.
So this is kind of spoilers for all of that stuff. Can I ask you about that ending scene then? So what ship was that? I knew it's a ship. Like I should know what that ship is, but I don't.
I don't know.
Like is that the people who went to Titan first and missed? Because it did like look towards Saturn. It looked towards Saturn.
Yeah.
And then we get like it goes into its rings and all that stuff. So it seems like the ship is still on, but there was a hole blasted in the thing, which
sunshine.
I don't know if that was an indication of like maybe something else went wrong with that ship that like we don't know about.
Maybe. It was a little bit more mysterious than the other end of season cliffhangers, like the first boot on Mars.
Right, yeah.
We'll find out. Like it took us episodes and episodes and episodes to contextualize the first boot on Mars and find out what that really meant.
Yeah, fantastic stuff.
Oh. Are you going to watch Star City, the Russian spinoff?
I think so. I'll take a look and see. I saw the trailer.
I'll do it eventually. Yeah.
All right. Yeah. Sounds good to me. Okay, I'm gonna pull up our bingo cards here. Where is the bingo button? There we go. Since we did a bunch of that stuff, I figure we should do this, and then after this, I'll talk about Spider-Noir for just a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Okay, let's see. Breaks into dance. I got that one for all mankind.
Shocking.
Let's see here. What color do I have these as?
Oh, I have that too, but I phrased it as suddenly dancing.
Yeah. We don't have count. Do we have a deal with the devil in Mandolorian even? Charm or superstition? No, I've been fired. Cardboard box. I wish we got to see like one of the Hutts with their own like I've been fired cardboard box.
Mm.
Reporters waiting outside. Did we get reporters waiting outside in I Love Boosters?
Yeah, I think they're waiting for Demi Moore.
Yeah.
They're all outside her car.
True.
I have that one. Actor playing themselves. Was anybody themselves? Dave Filoni wasn't himself in space, was he?
Yeah, well, he doesn't have a line, so he's not playing a character, but that's just him sitting at the bar.
Can I have actor playing themselves then?
I will give you that, yeah.
Okay, in the future, we'll have to do like creator self-insert as a distinct separate square.
Yeah. I also have needle drop of the time period.
Yes.
I'm going with that one.
Would you call Dev IS's Heliospace a villain lair? He kind of becomes the villain of this last season of For All Mankind.
No, I wouldn't really count that as one.
Okay. It's only a villain lair in that he sort of seals
like,
himself in and hoards all these
yeah.
supplies. Yeah.
Did anyone get cut in half with a laser?
Damn. Should have happened.
No, secret trap door. We get a trap door in the Hutt's. You know what? The Hutt's lair. True. You get the villain layer with the Hutt's thing.
Okay, that's
they
true.
had a villain.
They do have a trap door. What's more villain layer than that?
Right. Yeah. I have one here that says you have to do it manually. What was the spirit behind that one? So I didn't put that. You put that one. It
is a very For All Mankind thing. Yes, yeah. Kelly does that when she's like, "Oh no, the computer's not working. I have to manually fly us down to the moon of Titan."
Okay.
It is on there explicitly for All Mankind purposes.
Yeah.
Did the Mandalorian have a sad bachelor apartment?
I don't think he does.
I think he should. I think he should have one little mirror that he looks in, like Matthew McConaughey in True Detective.
I don't know. Did we get a photo of the president in For All Mankind? Did we get like a Bill Clinton?
I
guess
don't remember because the president's just like a guy we don't know this season.
That's right.
It's not even Ellen. How about Doofus husband?
No. No.
I love Doofus husband.
Monster or killer. Did we get a POV shot of one of the monsters in Mandalorian?
It's POV shot from the monster's eyes. Like in horror movies that you don't watch.
Did we get that in Mandalorian?
Oh, I don't remember.
I don't remember. Yeah.
I wasn't. I was like mentally checked out.
No time loop. Crashing a fancy party. Do you count the I Love Boosters like fashion reveal event thing a party that they're crashing?
Yeah, I'll count that.
Okay.
Crashing a fancy party. Do I have that one?
It's a sign. Motorcycles. Have I gotten any of my motorcycles? I'm still on 0 of 3. I don't think we don't get one in Mandalorian. I don't think we got one in I Love Boosters. Oh, you know what? Alex in For All Mankind. He has his little motorcycle thing.
Right.
I lucked out with a couple of these. I should put that as
I'm upset that you haven't seen Backrooms because boy, does that have an uncomfortable dinner party in it.
Great. That makes me so excited.
I didn't get as much as I thought I would. Did we have a suiting? Oh, I Love Boosters is a lot of suiting up montages.
Sure, yeah. Ribbon cutting ceremony.
We decided we'd get reporters waiting outside.
Yep. Mm-hmm. I would even give you repeated establishing shot, because we do see that hut layer a few times. But if you want to hold off on that, that's okay too. But I would give that one, because it like establishes the location that they're at. You know.
I mean, like, when you're watching Lucifer and Lucifer refuses to stop showing you helicopter footage of Los Angeles just to fill time.
Or when I read that, I think of like when you're watching a cop show and it shows you the outside of the police office building.
So, my inspiration for this is that I was watching the Drew Carey Show, the sitcom from the 90s. And every time it wants to establish that Drew is at work, it is a still frame of his workplace. It is a JPEG. It's not even video. They just wild. Zoom in on a JPEG and like try to trick us into thinking they filmed something.
Amazing.
It's always the same time of day. It's one photograph.
Shadows don't move. Trees don't move.
We good?
I'm just looking over yours yet to see if you got any more.
Did anybody take off a hat to deliver bad news in For All Mankind?
No, not when the soldier gets shot, not when they went to go tell the guy's wife that got arrested for the murder. Did anyone take off their hat?
Do they? I feel like yes, but also that's not the typical move. You take off the hat when a husband dies. You don't take off a hat when a husband is arrested.
Right. That would have been the moment to do it if he had died, but no, I don't think so. What were they growing in For All Mankind? Is that corn?
Do they name it?
I don't think they do, but it is tall.
It's tall.
It's tall.
Would you give me corn?
I'll give you corn.
We want to believe it's... We didn't get a gladiator shot, did we? Of just like the hand gently like petting some wheat.
No, there was something else I was watching recently that did that.
Right, I've seen it somewhere.
Let's see. I would give you tall and small are friends for Mandalorian and Grogu.
I guess so. There we go. All right, that's progress. We're good.
But that's kind of it, I think. I think that's a good bingo session right there. Still no bingos, but I think you are actually the closest. You just need a kooky office lady.
And then looking at your sheet, I feel like I Love Boosters is wall to wall. Fuck it, we're doing it.
I mean, yeah.
I think you can have that.
Okay. Gracias. I'll put that one on there then. All right. That fills up my stuff. That's a good bingo check-in, I think. I think that's a good one. Last little bit of my cinema corner, Spider-Noir. Had to go check out the new Spider-Man show with Nicolas Cage playing Ben Reilly. Melissa, it's fantastic. It is so good.
I believe you. I had a coworker tell me about the show today, and she's like, he's Ben Reilly, and he's like a clone. And I'm like, you don't have to tell me twice. You've found like the one person who knows about, at least knows that the Clone Saga was the thing, because you mention it a lot, and then my eyes glaze over and I ascend
instantly.
to another plane. But I know it happened.
So, yes, your coworker is technically correct in that Ben Reilly is a clone of Peter Parker. That's not the case in this show. This is just a different universe where Ben Reilly becomes Spider-Man. Yeah, Melissa, this is fantastic. It is a great show. It is heavily inspired by, like early, like 1940s detective films, Humphrey Bogart-esque style, like crime noir stuff.
I'm sorry. I've never heard anybody pronounce his name in a way that rhymes with yogurt.
Really? Is that not how you say his name?
It's a hard A. It's Bogart. I've never heard Bogart. I've never heard Bogart.
Yogurt. It's yogurt. You've never eaten yogurt?
You know, Schwartzmaster. Bogart. Use the Schwartz, he says.
But
Bogart, that's Schwartz.
Not just inspired by all that stuff, but it has the look. Melissa, this looks fantastic in black and white.
I believe you.
I know you do. I'm just telling you my thoughts. I'm not trying to convince you that it like.
Sometimes I feel like people are like so emphatic about a thing. It's like they're trying to shake my shoulders, and I'm like, I'm not disagreeing. I feel like somebody's trying to shake me out of being gaslit, and I'm like, I never was. I am on the same page as you.
Yeah, I had a great time. All of the actors in there are doing some fascinating things with their characters. It's campy in the right moments. Nicolas Cage goes full Nicolas Cage at the right times.
That's what I've heard.
And also like plays a pretty grounded character at the same time. And
he can do both.
It's fun. Yeah, I really had a great time. Maybe I will one day get around to watching it in color. It gives you the options.
My coworker recommended an alternation of black and white versus color for specific episodes at specific times, like watching the Star Wars out of order.
Interesting. Nicolas Cage himself wants you to watch it in black and white. So I stuck with black and white the whole time, and I loved it. But yeah, there were a couple like I think there's a bit in episode 1 that I was like, you know, it would have been really neat if in like for like 2 quick seconds it changed to color and then went back because someone's on stage singing and mentions like something about color and black and white, and so I you know, it's like, oh, it'd be neat if it like switched for like that line where she says something. But yeah, I will probably go back and watch it in black and white. In color eventually. But I've heard someone else also mention the alternating thing, which could be a fun experiment. But what's the other actor's name? I
don't know. Can you? I've not seen a trailer for this. Can you give me a clue?
I'm looking it up right now because I want to do his name.
What?
Spider-Noir on Google. When I searched it, the screen changed to black and white and it started raining.
Hold on. Ah!
Isn't that cool?
Oh my God. Google's really doing some things.
This
is the second time this evening we've seen Google dual marketing at us.
The Widow's Bay one is the other thing we're referencing. Lamorne Morris is his name. Also fantastic in this show. Loved him. Brendan Gleeson as Silvermane, fantastic. Lei-Jun Lee as Felicia Hardy, but she goes by Kat Hardy in the show, not Felicia.
Sure.
So don't know why they have her listed as Felicia. But yeah, fantastic stuff. It's just hard-boiled detective. Silvermane runs the organized crime in New York. Spider-Man's trying to put a stop to it, but there's a few other people with powers, and it's kind of also an investigation into how these people got their powers, and stuff like that. Now, Spider-Man might be tied up with all of that.
Cool.
So, good stuff. Definitely recommend.
I'll get there. Too many things came out all at once. I can only be yelled at about one thing at a time. This does further my case and make me remind you, Darkman is coming. We're going to talk about Darkman this year.
Darkman. Okay.
Darkman is coming from me to you.
All right. There, you heard it here first. Let's take a quick break for some housekeeping, and when we come back, we'll do a quick pop culture lightning round, and maybe talk some Formula One and such.
We'll see.
So yeah, we will be right back. We've been making podcasts and exploring the universe for the past decades here at the Whatnauts, but to keep doing that, we need your help. If you've enjoyed this show, please consider supporting us by going to our website, thewhatnauts.com, and signing up for a free 7-day trial of our Patreon, or gifting a subscription to someone you think may enjoy our shows. A subscription gets you access to episodes early and over 40 hours of exclusive content, including the most recent episodes of our Patreon first podcast, The Pilots Club. If you don't want another subscription, no problem. There's even an option to buy the Pilots Club collection as a one-time purchase, which gets you access to the newest episodes of the Pilots Club as we record them without the monthly subscription. Once again, that's thewhatnauts.com to sign up for a free 7-day trial. But one of the most important ways to support us is simply leaving a nice rating and review on your podcasting app of choice. It seriously helps us out a ton. Lastly, go subscribe to our YouTube channel for video versions of the podcast, and for any other updates, follow us on Blue Sky at thewhatnauts.com and at Threads, The Whatnauts Official. Thank you so much for your support. All right, we are back. Once again, a big shout out to all of our Patreon supporters. We love you a lot. Thank you so much. It means a ton.
Thank you.
And an extra big special shout out to Ashley. Thank you, Ashley.
Thanks,
You're
Ashley.
Wonderful. You're amazing. We love you a lot. Extra lot.
Ashley makes a great pasta salad.
Ooh, okay. Good stuff. Good to know. Next time I'm out there.
Must see. Must stop. Ranks above Provel.
Over on the Pilots Club, literally right before we recorded this podcast, we recorded an episode on Widow's Bay, the new show on Apple TV. It is fantastic. I am immediately after recording this podcast going to go back to watching it. So
do you think there's a bunch of like entertainment blogger headlines calling Matthew Reese Widow's Bay PAE?
Hey. He's the Widow's Bay all along.
He is.
Over on the free version of the Pilots Club, we will be releasing our episode on Bosch this month. So go check that one out as well. I'm, as you guys know, I'm a big crime show detective fiction fan, and this is one I had heard about for a long time and didn't know a thing about. And was like, why do people like this show? Why?
Kyle,
Bosch.
Can I confess to you the stupidest thing I do with my time?
Okay, sure, yeah.
I'm not a shower singer, but sometimes when I do sing, you know, when Bobby Darin sings Splish Splash, I was taking a bath.
All up on a Saturday night.
Be in the I sing Splish Splash, I was watching some Bosch.
Heck yeah, that's me sipping my cocktails, watching Bosch, splish splash, watching some Bosch.
These are the two top hobbies of divorced dads: splish splash, watching Bosch.
Yep. Yep. But yeah, go check that one out. Should be out shortly after this hits the feeds. But yeah, that is about it for housekeeping right now. We just put up our review of Supergirl, Woman of Tomorrow, last episode, so go check that out as well if you're curious about the comics that the new Supergirl movie is inspired by. Go read the book and then go listen to our review. Anyways, let's do a real quick pop culture lightning round. I think I hit the wrong button earlier when I did our cinema corner, and I accidentally hit the pop culture lightning round, but none of you care about which button I hit. It just makes a sound. That's all it does. So I'm gonna hit the same button.
The buttons are inside your head.
Yeah, exactly. Here we go. All right. Melissa, you put this first one on here about Sam Raimi.
This is special to me. Sam Raimi, we love him. Director of Darkman, coming to you soon.
He's stalking me.
He is going to direct a remake of a movie called Magic. Magic is a movie where Anthony Hopkins played a ventriloquist who finds himself controlled by his malicious puppet at a time when he has the chance to find happiness with a rekindled romance. It's just about a sad sack musician and an evil puppet, and I think that is great fodder for Sam Raimi, and I'm happy for him.
You could have also told me that this is another one of the like offshoot of the like DC Comics like Clayface like offshoot of the Batman.
Yes.
Because there is the ventriloquist as a Batman villain, and it is about this guy who's just like this sad sack puppet maker, and then he has a ventriloquist who's like hard boiled crime lord person and makes him do all of this stuff, So if you had said that and like Sam Raimi was directing, I would have been like, sounds right up his alley.
Sense.
So, yeah.
Right.
But it's not.
Sam Raimi directs real Marvel movies and things that sound like they're DC movies, but aren't. I have not seen Magic. This movie has been sitting on my parents' DVR for years. Kyle, I offer you the option. Would you like to hear me read you every movie that's on my parents' DVR?
Do you know how many there are?
I'm still counting, but it's a lot.
Can you read me 5, but the ones that are the most surprising to you of like, why would this be on my parents' DVR?
And when I say this, there is only like a 2% chance any of these were recorded by my mom. This is almost all dad.
All your dad.
And it's mostly Westerns, but then sometimes it's The Flash.
Okay. Yeah.
Failure to Launch.
All right. I've at least heard of that one.
Under the Tuscan Sun, where the crawdads sing.
Yeah. All right. Good.
And this isn't really a movie, but
TV special?
It's George Clooney performing the play Good Night and Good Luck live on Broadway.
Great. Love it. So
it's 80 Westerns and then those things.
Wait, is there one or two that you're like, and that was my mom?
The Funeral for the Pope.
Okay. Sure. Yeah. There you go.
She did record a Catholic cooking show that's all about Lenten recipes.
On there?
No, it's just like a priest telling you like meatless things you can cook for Lent. And I'm like, why have I never seen this before? This seems like a huge market. Why did it take so long? And he makes good stuff. He made a delicious looking vegetable pad thai. We were enthralled.
All right.
I would love to read you everything that's on my parents' DVR because it is a fascinating living organism.
Maybe we'll make this a bit going forward. Just every episode, here's 5 more things on my parents' DVR.
It's funnier en masse. Looking at it all as like one entity. It's my favorite thing to do.
All right. Sounds good. We'll keep that for next time where we can read the
next time we
whole
need
list.
to kill 45 minutes.
Right, yeah. So this next thing I saw, basically just the headline. It doesn't seem like it's super far in, doesn't really seem like it's happening, like in the next month or something, but apparently IMAX is potentially, keyword potentially, looking to sell.
I've heard. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Thoughts on that, Melissa? Is that making waves in your movie podcasts and such? Has Blank Check been like, whoa, what's happening here?
The Blank Check doesn't really react to live emerging news like that. I did listen to an episode of The Town about this. IMAX is sort of an oddity in that they're not like a movie studio. They're not like a production company. They're a technology company.
Right.
And there's a discussion of like, would a movie studio buy them, or would they just be bought by like Samsung, like a technology company? Would they be bought by a live entertainment company? They're sort of they're a household name.
Mm-hmm.
They're a star to us all, but they are business-wise a little odd, and it's not quite sure like what company is going to want to buy IMAX.
Yeah. It's an interesting one for sure. I've seen a couple people be like, I wouldn't be a big fan of it going to a single studio or something like, you know, if Disney was like, and we'll buy IMAX. They were like, I'm not a big fan of that. I would be more, and this is still the other people that I've been seeing talk about it online, but they were saying like they'd be more okay if it like was divided up equally among the studios, and that like they each had
like a treasure map.
They each had a share of it, right? And so they could all use it still, and that way. But then, at some point, some CEO is going to be like, and we'll get rid of these shares when we sell to this thing, or, we need to sell our main company, so we need to make it as lean as possible.
Put it on Patreon. We'll buy it.
Put it on Kickstarter.
I will pay $20 a month to support just the existence of IMAX.
Yeah. Yeah, I can see this going to some other like tech or camera company. Is it Red that does the slow motion cameras or something like that?
Red does a lot. I don't know if Red is. I don't know if they're owned by
Black
something.
Magic?
I don't know if Red is just red.
Yeah.
Sometimes like red is part purple.
Yeah.
You told me that.
Well, Melissa,
you told me that once, and I never forgot it.
Yeah. It might not be red. I might be thinking of Black Magic or something like that. But anyways, I think it makes, in my mind, at least just like my initial thought is like, makes more sense for a tech company to hold that instead of a studio. But anyways, who knows if that will happen or not? They just seem to be maybe shopping the idea around. So
I'd love if like YouTube bought it and I can just go see like Dude Perfect.
Now watch IMAX on your phone.
No, put the phone in there. They've already proven people will go out to the theater to see Backrooms on the big screen.
Yeah.
What else will they see? I would love to see remastered
a vertical format
8K.
IMAX theater.
No,
where you can watch shorts.
take like oh my god shoes. Upscale it 16K IMAX.
Start remastering the first YouTube videos all in IMAX.
He was at zoo.
I'm at the zoo
now. You're in the zoo with him.
Good stuff. Melissa, let's talk about some Formula One here.
Vroom.
Yeah. We got the Canadian GP. That already flew by. Monaco is coming up this next weekend, so you'll hear us talk about that on the next episode. But kind of in a little bit of an eventful race weekend, kinda. We had a sprint weekend, so there was the sprint race on Saturday, and then the actual full race on that Sunday. During the sprint race, George and Kimmy out in front fighting, the two Mercedes battling each other. Yeah, they were scrapping. It was getting real intense. Kimmy was angry. He was so mad. he had to have his engineer tell him multiple times to like, hey, cool it, calm down. And Kimmy was still being like, no, it's unfair. That's when Toda was like, Kimmy, my son, calm down. We'll talk about it after the race. No yelling on the radio.
You're going to fight like this in front of Dorian Pon?
Right, yeah.
How dare you?
Do not disappoint Dorian. She looks up to you, Kimmy. But yeah, they seem to kind of figure it out. In a quick little interview after the sprint race, it seems like team orders are like, hey, they can race, they can fight if they need to, just don't touch. Whatever you do, don't touch each other. Like,
it's pushing Daisy's rules. Do whatever you want, but don't touch.
Don't kiss, yeah. But George won that. Kimmy got in second, and Lando got third in that sprint race.
Oh, in the sprint, right.
Right, yeah. And then George got pole position as he did for the sprint race. He also got pole for the actual race. And then the chaos began, Melissa.
Boy, howdy did it.
We had 3 formation laps.
I know! What was that?
So everyone was concerned about rain. I think it had rained earlier in the day. There were a number of teams that were on the intermediate tires thinking like it's about to rain or like will rain in a couple laps here. So if we're on the inters now, we'll be better suited for the long run. But yeah, so I forget why they stopped the first one. And then did a second. At one point, it was Arvid Lindblad who was like, "Hey, something's wrong." He like stuck his hand up and was like, "We need to
teacher
abort that." But yeah, they did like 3 formation laps, and by the time that third one is over, like all of the water on the track is gone. Like it's no longer wet.
The tires are useless. Yeah,
slick. Yeah, so like Oscar Piastri is on the radio being like, hey guys, we like this is screwed up. Like this is not gonna help us at all. This is a bad choice. So they start the race, and Lando has a great start because of the inters. Immediately rockets past into
amazing
first.
And like that's, in my experience, not something he's particularly good at. I've seen so many times when Lando is on pole and so many other guys will sneak around him and take pole from him. So to see Lando actually do it is rare in my season and a half of watching this.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's kind of a useless start despite how great it looked, because the McLarens have to immediately switch off of the intermediate tires. So their whole strategy was just like, what were you doing? I heard some people talking at like the post-race analysis stuff being like, that's a gamble that you would maybe take if you were further back on the grid. So it's very strange that McLaren did that when they were like higher up on the grid. But they pit Oscar, they pit Lando, George and Kimmy get back up in the lead of the race. But then almost as soon as Oscar pits, he has to pit again because he had a little incident with Alex Albon. So this is his second pit stop in like 5 laps, and it's just like, and now he's down in like 18th. Like, oh, this is just a terrible day for Oscar. Terrible day for Lando.
Oscar's had a lot of terrible days. I feel so bad for Oscar this season because I feel like that was coming out of last season where it's like he was very close to getting the championship. Like, everybody thought it was Lando's season. It is Lando's season, but like just barely. And Oscar was such a threat. And I feel like there was a lot of just wait until next year. It's going to be Oscar's year. And then it keeps failing to be Oscar's year. And I'm like, when is it Oscar? Yeah. I was told we were going to have Oscar's year.
Yeah. And then because of the incident with Albon, on top of the 2 pit stops that has already slowed him down majorly, he gets a 10-second penalty that he has to serve. So it's just like one thing after another. It was terrible for McLaren. I was just sitting there like, I know what it feels like to be a Ferrari fan now. But George and Kimi start fighting again. And then I don't know if it's as a director, like they didn't hit, they didn't touch, but maybe kind of sort of as a result, George has to go out of the race. Something is wrong with the car, and he just like has to stop. And he's so mad. That is the most mad I have ever seen George. He actually got fined for when he like tossed his little neck thing out there. But just he looked so deflated, so mad because he was like, I was having so much fun. Like it was a great fight with Kimi.
It's been an angry season. Oof.
And then shortly after that, something happened to Lando's car, and so he has to go out of the race. So many people like got knocked out of the race. There was like 5 or 6 people who were out.
Yes. And I'm like, it never even rained, and 6 cars are out.
Yep. Nope. Just absolute bonkers. From what I heard, Fernando Alonso had to stop the race because his seat, something was wrong with his seat, and he's like, it doesn't fit right, it doesn't hurt, like it does hurt, and so he went out of the race because the seat was hurting him or something like that. I don't know.
He's an old man with an old butt. I don't know.
Yeah. So Kimi ends up winning the race. This is his 4th in a row, and I think that's a record now for like the youngest driver to something to like, for your first time winning a race. They don't usually get 4 in a row, but he's like the first one to do that or something. Lewis Hamilton up there in P2. Great day for him.
I love that.
He was loving it. Charles Leclerc didn't have a great weekend, according to him. He was like, I hated the car. This felt terrible. I don't know what was up, but Lewis was like, I'm enjoying this. This is great.
Good for him. So sweet.
And then Max got P3. So
first one for Max this season.
Wild race there.
Kind of an interesting, there's baby New Year, there's old man, there's whatever's in the middle. It's like these 2 champions, and then like the next future champion all on the podium together.
Yeah.
Lando's out there doing a crossword puzzle or something. I don't know.
Something. Well, outside of the race, Monopoly announced that they are putting out an F1 edition. So I don't know exactly how that works.
Right. Do you buy a car? Do you buy a man? Do you buy a city?
If you buy the tracks. Like if you buy a different track.
You just buy the funny little like silly bands shape.
Yeah, something like that. I don't know. You add to your paddock. So there's multiple paddocks there or something.
Did you see there was a Hot Ones versus with Esteban and Ollie, and
I
Esteban
saw that
has to do the
but I didn't watch it.
It's very cute. I love those two. and Esteban has to like feel like the tracks and identify them by touch alone, and I think he nails all of them.
That's awesome. That's wild. And then in other news, apparently Gucci is to become a title sponsor for Alpine in 2027. When the news broke for this, it was kind of interesting because Gucci announced it on their socials, all of that stuff. Alpine's logo was like almost nowhere to be found in this thing. Like if you like most people had to dig to kind of find out like why is Gucci announcing some Formula One? Oh, becoming a title sponsor for Alpine. So they will be Gucci Alpine in 2027.
I don't know
Gucci
what food
Alpine
that is, but that sounds great. I want to go order the Gucci Alpine, please. One for the gentleman.
I think this is in part because the group of investors that included Rob McElhenney and who was the other guy?
Ryan Reynolds.
Ryan Reynolds. Thank you. I was about to be like the guy that plays Deadpool. You know, Deadpool. I think their investment group is stepping back with their investment in that, but I don't remember. So that was an interesting one, and a lot of people were like, I think Gucci's more so using Alpine to get more into Formula One, not necessarily partnering up with the Alpine for the long run, maybe, but maybe looking to just get a foot in the door in Formula One, period. But we shall see. That'll be an interesting one. So that is all the Formula One stuff that we have right now. Like I said, Monaco is this next week. The Monaco race is also one that will be in IMAX if you guys want to go see that in IMAX. So there you go. Okay, next up, pull up a chair.
Pull it.
Melissa, who do you got for me this time? Or do you want me to go first? It looks like you were looking up something there.
No, I was just looking up to see if this race is coming to my local IMAX theater because I didn't get the last one.
Right. Yeah.
You got it, but just the wrong aspect ratio, and everybody was a squish.
If only I had the vertical format IMAX, it would have been great.
One big phone.
Yeah.
I have a character who I think nobody remembers. He was in 3 movies, which in terms of the MCU, a little on the low side. I've not heard this character's name mentioned inside or outside of the films in years, which is funny to me because the actor, I think, has only grown more and more beloved. And even if we barely remember what this character did, we'd still be like, hey, it's him. Look, it's this actor we love and who we nominated for an Oscar. I am taking Stellan Skarsgård as Dr. Eric Selvig.
Sure. Yeah.
Right. I don't even remember where we left him.
I think
he's alive.
I think he went crazy and they put him in like a mental hospital or something.
But then they got him out and he went to Asgard again. And then I don't know what happened because it's Thor: The Dark World. And I don't remember anything about that movie except that like Loki is sad in a little room.
Yeah. Interesting. Okay. Dr. Eric Selvig. I would like to see. I'm trying to pick between 2 actors here, and I can get to either one of them eventually. I want to see Miles Catton in a Marvel movie.
As anyone in particular?
I know he's put his name in there for Miles Morales. That he would love to play Miles Morales. So who knows? We'll see. But I was looking for younger actors that if they cast them in something could be around for a while.
Sure.
And I think Miles Catton did a phenomenal job in Sinners. So I'll go with him. Miles Catton. He's 21. So he should be
He's
around
go-
for
he
a while.
has time.
It says upcoming projects to TBA. So I don't know if he's in something and they just not announced yet, or doesn't really have something on the books yet. But I know he's put his name up for Marvel stuff already. That could potentially be, I don't know, some X-Men something down the road.
Right.
Who knows what,
I'd love if we should have Dazzler. We should have Pop Girly Dazzler, but we should have an equivalent of Dazzler for other music genres. And he is Blues Dazzler. You've heard of Blues Traveler. Get ready for Blues Dazzler.
Yeah. So I think he'd be a good one.
The divorced dad who watches Bosch, his boat is named Blues Dazzler.
Welcome aboard the Blues Dazzler. Splish splash, let's watch some Bosch.
We got Bosch on tap.
Bosch on deck. Oh man.
I wanted to name the boat Bosch. Another divorced dad already named his boat Bosch. So I had to pick something else.
They could have a Bosch Crawl. They all park their boats, their yachts in the marina, and they go from yacht to yacht watching Bosch and drinking more.
Oh my god.
Great. I love it. I'm so down. I would absolutely sign up. I'm like, yes, sign me up. I love Bosch. It's great.
This is we're going to have a theme party. The theme party. It's just divorced dads watching Bosch. We all have to come up with a divorced dad Sona.
You know how I said my midlife crisis would be when I finally invest in like a sim racing thing?
Yeah.
Which I think I will do one day, like for real. Like I want that. My retirement party. It's gonna be a Bosch party.
Bosch. Oh my god, I love that.
It's gonna be great.
God, Bosch on a cake.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Has he ever been in a Marvel? Maybe he'd be
Titus Welliver?
Yeah.
He should.
He'd be a good one. We'll have to keep him in our back pocket for pull up a chair segment.
Right. I'm just writing his name down. And if he is in there, we each get a half point. We can share him.
Ah, okay. Okay.
Our one joint custody chair.
It's a love seat. All right. Let's see. Do we have anything else? I think that's it. I think that's it for the podcast for this week. So we can wrap things up right there. Melissa, where can people find you on the interwebs?
You can email me at yourhostmelissa@gmail.com. Tell me what you would name your boat.
Or what you would bring to my Bosch retirement party. That'd be great. You guys can find me at Kyle Springer on most of the social media places. And if you would like to stay up to date with all of the stuff that we do here at the Whatnauts, we are at thewhatnauts.com on Blue Sky and at the Whatnauts official on Threads. So please go like, share, and subscribe. You guys know the deal with all of that. That would help us out a ton. If you are watching this on YouTube, we got more videos on that side of the screen right over there. That would also help us out a bunch. But this has been number 12 of the Whatnauts podcast. We will see you all next time. Bye.
Bye.